Hello and welcome to gusmcdollgames, and thank you to our subscribers. I'm Nick McDowell, and today we're continuing the Allied Grand Campaign in Close Combat A Bridge Too Far, a game based on the Battle of Arnhem, Operation Marketgarden. In this series, we use the missions in the Allied Grand Campaign to illustrate one or more aspects of World War II infantry minor tactics at the company level and below. Each episode we conduct basic mission analysis, develop and analyse possible courses of action, then decide and execute the plan in real time, followed by lessons learned. Please remember to like the video and subscribe for more great strategy and tactics content. And if you want to buy me a coffee, the links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. In this episode, we're in the Nijmegen sector, the Nijmegen Bridge area of operations. Our objective is the Nijmegen Bridge. It is Day 3 of Operation Marketgarden, 0600 hours on 19 September 1944. Nijmegen Bridge. The bridge is the most important objective in this area. But don't let the enemy hold on to their positions in Hanna Park or the Valkhof. The bridge must be taken before the Germans can destroy it. Let's examine our forces. Airborne BAR teams are the core of the American Airborne Divisions. They use an automatic rifle, semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades. The team leader is armed with a carbine. Use them on the front line, but they should run or hide from tanks. Airborne rifle teams use semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades. The team leader is armed with a carbine. Use them on the front lines and to hold victory locations. They are useless against tanks. Airborne recon teams are the eyes and ears of the American Airborne Divisions. They are armed with submachine guns and grenades. Use these teams to scout enemy positions and to perform behind-the-lines operations. Airborne bazooka teams consist of an anti-tank rocket launcher, a semi-automatic rifle, and hand grenades. Not as effective as the Panzerschreck, the bazooka still gives you cheap anti-tank capabilities. The bazooka's effective range is 8 to 80 metres. The American Airborne Sniper is a specialist trained in marksmanship. He is armed with a scoped M1903 Springfield rifle. Put him in an out-of-the-way place with good fields of fire so that he can eliminate enemy leaders. Airborne 81mm medium mortar teams also contain semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades. Because mortars can shoot over obstacles, position these teams behind buildings or trees. Medium mortars are best used to suppress enemy infantry and lay smoke screens. Airborne 60mm light mortar teams also contain semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades. Because mortars can shoot over obstacles, position these teams behind buildings or trees. Use them to lay smoke screens. Airborne 30 caliber light machine gun teams include semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades. Position these teams in multi-story buildings or locations with long lines of sight so they can suppress enemy infantry. Next, let's look at the map and do some mission analysis. I will develop a plan and then execute it in the game. Our mission is to seize Nijmegen Bridge in order to prevent its destruction by the Germans. We have an airborne infantry company from the 82nd Airborne Division, consisting of 3 BAR squads, 2 rifle squads, a recon squad, a sniper, a bazooka team with 2 60mm and 1 81mm mortars and a 30 caliber machine gun in support. North is at the top of the map. I have marked 6 areas of interest. Number 1, the bridge ramp leading to Nijmegen Bridge, the Waalbrug crossing the Waal Canal. Holding this bridge and the bridge ramp will allow 30 Corps armour to speed to the relief of the airborne forces holding out at Arnhem. Number 2, the eastern row of buildings near the Tovinstraat and overlooking the approaches to the bridge ramp, currently held by my forces after their victory in Nijmegen City. Number 3, the Kaiser Ludwig Plain roundabout, controlling access to the bridge, which is vital to any traffic moving across the bridge, but is open terrain with no cover and concealment and offers no immediate tactical advantage. Number 4, the rows of houses and the streets feeding into the roundabout from the west. This is the direction from which 30 Corps will come. From south to north, the main street is Sint Canisiusingel, then Gerard Noordstraat, then Der de Waalstraat. Number 5, the Hanna Park, possession of which controls access to the bridge ramp, and number 6, the Valkhof Park, from which the enemy can interdict any traffic crossing the Nijmegen Bridge. This is an aerial photograph of the same location as it appears now. The Kaiser Ludwig Plain, named after Emperor Louis, was renamed after the war, but the bridge, Tovinstraat, the approach road Sint Canisiusingel, Hanna Park and the Valkhof Park are all still clearly recognisable. I assess the enemy will seek to retain control of the western approaches to the bridge in order to isolate the 82nd Airborne Division from relief by 30 Corps and ultimately prevent the reinforcement of Arnhem. Historically, the Germans had light infantry guard forces in Nijmegen, but on 18 September reinforced Nijmegen with Kampfgruppen from the 9th and 10th Panzer Divisions. I know from 2 previous battles here that I'm facing a full-strength infantry company from the 10th Panzer Division, around 10 or 11 squads supported by 2 mortars. They have no armour, and I destroyed their anti-tank gun. In the previous battle, the enemy lost ground in the north but gained ground in the south, and I assess they will form a defensive perimeter to the southwest. In both previous battles, the enemy reacted aggressively and sent forces forward to probe my positions. They will likely do this again. The area to the northwest is also marked as under enemy control, and some enemy forces may have infiltrated here. I need to guard against an attack from this direction. I fought here twice yesterday. The first engagement was a reconnaissance mission to gather information. The second engagement established a company base of fire to the east, cleared the area west of Valkov Park, destroyed the anti-tank gun threatening the bridge, and then consolidated along a line facing south. First platoon now occupies the area west of Valkov Park. Second platoon occupies the company base of fire, stretching from the buildings north of Hanna Park around the bridge ramp to the buildings north of the Tovinstraat. My 3 mortars have formed a mortar line to the northeast and behind the bridge. Now I need to complete the north-south clearance of the remainder of the area. I will use 1st platoon as my manoeuvre group. 2nd platoon will defend the company base of fire, and the mortar platoon will provide fire support on call. I've set a series of 5 successive objectives for the company. First, secure the buildings northwest of Valkov Park, objective Able. Second, establish a main line of resistance in the buildings north of Derde Valstraat, objective Baker. Third, clear the Germans from the buildings between Derde Valstraat and Gerard Nootstraat, objective Charlie. Fourth, clear the Germans from the buildings between Gerard Nootstraat and Sint Canisius-Engel, objective Dog. Fifth, clear the Germans from the buildings south of Sint Canisius-Engel and the Kaiser Ludwig Plain, objective Easy. I'm not sure if I can achieve all 5 objectives in this battle. I may need a tactical pause until the afternoon to resupply and reinforce my troops. One of the most effective means of coordinating the action of attacking and supporting elements and combining their action in both place and in time is the designation of successive objectives and the organisation of successive bases of fire. The company commander designates successive objectives throughout the course of the attack, and wherever the situation requires, he organises a base of fire in support of each bound of advance. We have 30 minutes to achieve our objectives. I will now move my troops into position and execute the plan in real time. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the various courses of action, and if you have identified a viable alternative. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more great strategy and tactics content. Before we start, be aware there is a graphical glitch that means the main display is offset to the left of the screen and duplicates the overview map. And so we begin. I spot an enemy MG42 in the open. I call in a mortar fire mission. There is also a Panzerschreck squad to the northwest. All of a sudden, enemy forces break cover, pushing north and crossing Gerard Nootstraat into objective Charlie. I call in another mortar fire mission. I have located a heavy machine gun directly opposite 2nd platoon. To the south, more German squads are pushing forward. A Schützen squad is moving up Sint Canisius-Engel towards the Kaiser Ludwig Plain. I call in more mortar fire. My machine gun suffers a casualty. A heavy machine gun team is moving towards the Tovinstraat.
Team redeployed. Under heavy fire.
In the north, the Panzerschreck squad has been eliminated. I sneak forward my rifle squad to clear the remaining buildings. I need to secure objective Able before clearing the area to the south. An Aufklärer squad is crawling around the bridge ramp. The heavy machine gun in the south has taken the Tovinstraat. I'm planning to clear north to south, and it seems the Germans have a similar idea and are trying to clear my forces from south to north. The 60mm mortar targets the MG42 in the open on the Kaiser Ludwig Plain. The 81mm mortar shifts fire to the German strongpoint at objective Charlie, where there are at least 2 machine gun squads and a mortar in a small area. The sniper and bazooka team cooperate to suppress the Aufklärer squad near the bridge ramp. I now have a good sense of the latest enemy deployments. Time for my main effort to start working its way to the south. The BAR squad starts off. The recon squad rushes across the street to take up position in a 3-story building. The 30 caliber machine gun team runs out of ammunition, but it has done its job halting the German advance while 1st Platoon clears objective Able.
Team redeployed. Team redeployed.
The recon squad has successfully redeployed. Next, it darts across the street to the large 2-story building. The BAR squad starts to move south to join the recon squad. First Platoon's rifle squad has completed its clearance of the buildings in the northwest, objective Able, and also starts to move south. The sniper is eliminated. The bazooka team extracts immediate revenge and another member of the Aufklärer squad falls.
Team redeployed.
Back in the north, the BAR squad follows the path taken by the recon squad. The rifle squad follows the BAR squad. The recon squad probes forward, but spots an MG42 squad in the open, running across the street. Both forces are trying to capture the same set of buildings. A number of German squads remain in the south, partially concealed in Hanna Park and around the Kaiser Ludwig plain. Second Platoon's rifle squad takes a casualty from an enemy mortar round. Up in the fire support position, all 3 mortar crews are holding fire for now. The recon squad has occupied the 3-story building ahead of the Germans. Time for the rest of 1st Platoon to join it and build up a main line of resistance in objective Baker. The Battle of Waldstraat has begun. The recon squad eliminates the MG42 squad. It turns its attentions to a Granatwerfer squad.
On your feet, soldier!
The BAR squad occupies the right flank of the main line of resistance. The rifle squad is moving up to join it. The recon squad eliminates the Granatwerfer squad, one of two we identified operating in the area. I have not located the second Granatwerfer yet. A heavy machine gun has decided to assault across Der de Valstraat. Not the best move. The recon squad and 2nd Platoon's rifle squad in depth both targeted.
Take cover!
First Platoon's rifle squad moves up to occupy the building across from the heavy machine gun. The heavy machine gun squad has taken 2 casualties, but continues to assault across Der de Valstraat. A Schützen squad also assaults across the street.
Team redeployed.
I now have a problem on my hands. I bring all the fire I can to bear on the problem.
Das Blut!
Team redeployed.
No! Take cover!
The recon squad is locked in vicious hand-to-hand fighting with the German Schützen.
Team redeployed.
Keep down!
The squad is lost. The buildings around the Hanna Park and the Der de Valstraat are the focal point of what is swiftly becoming a battle of attrition. But the Germans are also taking casualties,
Hol mich hier raus!
and their morale is suffering. Both sides rush fresh squads into the fight. The Aufklärer squad takes the bridge ramp objective. Whatever else happens, I will have to retake this objective to retain control of the bridge.
Das Blut!
The mortars use up their remaining ammunition on the Germans in Objective Charlie.
Team redeployed.
The BAR squad occupies the 2-storey building, and 1st Platoon has almost secured Objective Baker.
Team redeployed.
The remaining Schützen squad members surrender. Corporal Nash's rifle squad moves to occupy the 3-storey building on the corner. Sergeant Hanley's BAR squad moves up to occupy the other 3-storey building. Objective Baker, the block of buildings north of Der de Valstraat, is taken. The Germans immediately counterattack to retake the buildings, but they are too late. Corporal Buckner's BAR squad delivers enfilade fire down the street. The Germans also take frontal fire from Sergeant Hanley's BAR squad and Corporal Nash's rifle squad. But more Germans are moving up from the south, crossing Gerard Knudstraat.
Team redeployed.
A heavy machine gun squad is eliminated.
Erobert! Das Blut!
2nd Platoon's rifle squad joins in.
Das Blut!
Then the 2nd German heavy machine gun squad is eliminated. With 1st Platoon consolidated north of Der Wallstraat, my attention shifts to the company base of fire position. 2nd Platoon's BAR squad targets the Aufklauer squad near the Terwindstraat, and I call in a mortar fire mission on an MG42 team in the Hanna Park. The 60mm mortar uses its last 2 rounds. 1st Platoon now starts to cross the Der Wallstraat towards Objective Charlie. 1st Platoon is largely unscathed, but the Germans opposite them have taken heavy casualties. I decide to press my advantage. My intent now is to clear the Germans from Objective Charlie. My method is to get across the street and outflank the Germans holding the 2 rows of buildings between Der Wallstraat and Gerardmuthstraat. Corporal Buckner's BAR squad makes it across the street unharmed. Next, it is the turn of Sergeant Hanley's BAR squad in the centre. Meanwhile, 2nd Platoon's BAR squad is providing fire support into the 3-storey building at the end of the block. However, it lifts its fires and targets the Aufklauer again. Corporal Buckner's BAR squad moves into the southern row of buildings. Corporal Nash's rifle squad takes another casualty.
Team is in position. Team redeployed.
Sergeant Hanley's BAR squad in the centre crosses the road safely. Time to outflank the remaining Germans and secure Objective Charlie. The remaining member of the MG42 squad is killed in hand-to-hand combat. But there is still a full-strength Schützen squad in the buildings here. The rifle squads from 1st and 2nd Platoon provide covering fire.
Team redeployed.
Both BAR squads rush the Germans. "12 angry Americans suddenly burst through the door. One by one, the Schützen squad members surrender or fall. Hand-to-hand combat continues. There is also a Sturmgrenadier squad in these buildings. The rifle squad moves forward.
Team redeployed. Team redeployed.
Get me out! Mark one.
Team redeployed.
The Sturmgrenadier squad surrenders and we have taken objective Charlie. 2 objectives to go.
Team is in position.
1st Platoon reorganises on the position with a considerable number of prisoners in tow.
Team redeployed.
My question now is whether to call it a day or press on. But first, I need to retake the bridge ramp objective. Firing dies down. But there is still an MG42 squad in Hunter Park and other squads to the south.
Conserve ammunition.
Team redeployed.
The MG42 squad takes a casualty. It is under fire from 2 rifle squads.
We're under heavy fire.
The bazooka team fires on Germans in Hunter Park. As 2nd Platoon's BAR squad moves north to retake the bridge ramp objective, the Aufklärer squad also moves north to capture the buildings to the east.
Conserve ammunition.
The MG42 squad is eliminated while crossing the road in the open. So far, I have made gains, taken some losses, and am running low on mortar and small arms ammunition. The Germans have suffered heavy casualties, particularly to their machine gun squads, but are not yet out of the fight. I need to retake the bridge ramp objective, then assess whether to call it a day or press on. I spot a sniper and a heavy machine gun squad south of Hunter Park and moving to the bridge ramp. They also have an Aufklärer squad and another mortar somewhere. I pull back 2nd Platoon's BAR squad to deal with the Aufklärer. I decide to press my luck and move to take objective Dog.
Team redeployed.
Corporal Buckner's BAR squad crosses the street. Over at 2nd Platoon, a firefight erupts between the BAR squad and the German Aufklärer squad.
Team redeployed.
The BAR squad takes a casualty. The Germans surrender. Then flee.
Conserve ammunition. We're losing a lot of men.
I'm reminded that we are starting to take heavy casualties. However, instinct tells me the Germans are on the ropes. Pushing my forces here, rather than waiting, will save lives later. 1st Platoon's BAR squad returns to retake the bridge ramp. And there are still Germans in the Hunter Park. To the south, 1st Platoon has located the 2nd German Granatwerfer or mortar team. They start to lay down fire.
On your feet, soldier. Conserve ammunition.
Team redeployed.
No ammo. Nicht schießen.
The Aufklärer run from 2nd Platoon straight into 1st Platoon and surrender again. Hopefully, this time they mean it. The volume of German dead and surrendered has convinced me I can clear the area now.
Unter Beschuss.
But I want to avoid needless deaths, particularly on my side. First platoon moves to consolidate objective Dog. Meanwhile, the rifle squad fires on a German heavy machine gun in Hanna Park.
Team redeploy.
No ammo!
First platoon takes the Kaiser Ludwig plane objective. This objective seemed unattainable yesterday morning.
Air security.
We're under heavy fire. Team redeployed.
Second platoon takes back the bridge ramp objective. The BAR squad then proceeds to clear Hanna Park.
No ammo! No ammo! No ammo!
We're pinned down.
Nicht
Nailed him.
schießen!
Team redeployed.
The heavy machine gun squad sensibly surrenders. I feel victory is not too far off.
Nimm deine Waffe!
My squads across both platoons now press forward.
Team redeployed.
The second Granatwerfer team is down to one member. First platoon prepares to cross the St. Canisius Single towards objective Easy.
Air security.
Second platoon takes Hanna Park.
Conserve ammunition.
Team redeployed. Team redeployed.
First platoon's rifle squad moves forward to objective Dog with a large gaggle of German prisoners in tow. This would be a bad sight for German morale.
Air security.
Second platoon takes back the Terwindstraat. We now occupy all objectives.
Team redeployed. Team redeployed.
Both platoons move to take objective Easy.
Conserve ammunition.
The
Target
last
neutralized.
German falls.
Conserve ammunition.
The battle ended because all German forces were destroyed. The Allies gained control of the area and the operation is over. The German forces took excessive losses. I have made Allied progress of 70 against expected progress of 42 by the end of the day. I suffered 13 KIA and inflicted on the enemy 44 KIA and 13 surrendered. Brilliant, we now control Nijmegen and the southern end of the Weilbrug. Let's examine casualties on both sides. First, the Americans. My casualties are spread across the squads, and I lost the recon squad and the sniper. Corporal Inman is awarded the Combat Infantryman's Badge for bravery, but is sent back stateside with serious injuries. PFC Vasquez also receives the Combat Infantryman's Badge for bravery. Well done. Then, the Germans. The Kampfgruppe from the 10th Panzer Division is entirely destroyed. Every single one of their infantry are either dead, seriously wounded, or surrendered. So, what did we learn? First, a sustain. Once again, applying the historical World War II doctrine works. Designating a series of successive objectives enabled me to control the pace of the battle. 2nd Platoon held off German attacks until I could clear Objective Able and concentrate 1st Platoon in position at Objective Baker. Then I could reduce German strength before taking the next objective. As I achieved each objective, I could pause and reassess the situation, then make a considered tactical decision. Do I need to reorganize the base of fire? Should I call it a day or press on to the next objective? So, apply the doctrine. Second, and improve for the Germans. While offense is the best form of defense, the Germans squandered their powerful machine gun squads in pointless attacks across open ground. Instead, they should have deployed into machine gun nests with overlapping fields of fire, forced me to cross open ground in the attack, and then cut my attacks to pieces. If so, today's clearance operation would not have got past Objective Baker. Then, a fix. In the earlier battle, I decided to set up the company base of fire in the buildings east of the bridge. My reasoning was that this enabled flanking fire into the Germans as they tried to cross streets. This proved only partially correct. However, my decision caused me to disperse 2nd Platoon over too wide a front. My BAR squad at one end of the position was unable to support my rifle squad and machine gun at the other end, and vice versa. This was particularly noticeable when one Aufklärer squad took the bridge ramp objective in the middle of 2nd Platoon, and another squad was able to exploit the gap when I moved my BAR squad north to retake that objective. Instead, I should have concentrated the platoon in a solid defensive position in the buildings north of Hanna Park. This would have prevented the German advance to the bridge ramp and provided greater firepower and more effective support to 1st Platoon. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.